Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Welcome back to Drew's channel, guys. You guys know how much I love my wonderful wife, Taylor, and my pug who's off-screen barking. But there is a Taylor out there that I don't particularly care for.
Really?
And you already know. That's Taylor.
I know who you're talking about.
Taylor Alesia, otherwise known as the Bible chick here
So
on
original.
YouTube. Yeah. So she made a video a while back, September 8th of 2025. I think it's like her most popular video she's made.
Oh, really?
In a good while. Yeah, it has like nearly 900,000 views. And it's called Celebrities Who Mocked God and Quickly Regretted It. So yeah, I mean, I don't really have to explain that much. We're gonna see what this is about.
Alrighty, let's do that.
While God is all love, he is also a very just God. He may have come as a lamb, but he is returning as a roaring lion. Until then, the choice is yours. But one thing that God will not stand for is God will not be mocked. Do not be deceived. God is not mocked. For whatever one sows, that will he also reap.
Okay, a little clip from the intro. Yeah, you know, I just like the idea that, you know, it's supposed to be attractive. It's supposed to attract us to Christianity to be like, you know what? I think I do want to bow before and worship a guy who will fuck you up if you step out of line. I like that. You know what? God mauling my face off like an angry lion. Sounds great.
Really
Sign me up. We're not going to watch the whole video. We're going to watch some selected portions, but you can go watch her video, I guess, if you want to see if I've represented her accurately, if you want. I'm sure.
I don't think anyone wants to torture themselves like
Yeah,
that.
no, I wouldn't advise it, but you can.
Number 3, we have Celine Dion. Celine Dion is someone that we covered in our video, Demonic Commercials, that I cannot believe aired. And to this day, after making this video, I still can't believe that this commercial by Celine Dion aired. If you haven't seen it, take a watch.
She rolled out this new fashion line, and it's in conjunction with an Israeli fashion line, with this very bizarre ad. She walks into a maternity ward, blows glitter around the room. All the boys are in blue, the girls are in pink. Not after she does her magic. And then in one of the bassinets, this big voodoo doll appears. It's a very strange line. You see it on the...
I just think that it's absolutely hilarious that instead of showing the commercial, she shows Fox News discussing the commercial and doing like an anti-trans panic thing, and then she puts like spooky music over it.
That,
like,
I mean, that's her signature.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a voodoo doll. What? I'm not seeing the voodoo doll.
There's a voodoo doll over in the right-hand corner that I don't know if it's supposed to be a voodoo doll. I think that like all of the babies like turn into these little like
monster things,
little monster creatures, which I can see why they interpret that as being demonic or whatever, but it could be, you know, like a gimmick to get you talking about it, which is what these things always are, because this is a piece of marketing.
And I do find the commercial a little bit cringe, like being like, babies don't have gender, like I don't know, like that's a little much. But again, it's like, this is Fox News. I don't really know. They're just showing one little clip from this commercial. Like,
she will explain it later, and I think that you'll be more on board.
Okay.
The right-hand side of your screen. See it?
Ew.
Okay.
Why is that enticing for clothing?
Let me show you the bizarre fashions, okay? These are gender neutral, but they're very dark. There are skulls in the collection. Why you would put babies in skulls, I don't know. Bones.
Planned Parenthood.
There's
what Planned Parenthood?
And what does
Planned Parenthood have to do with anything?
Because dead babies, I guess. Also, like, wow, look at that. A cross? That's a torture symbol. They shouldn't put that on anything. That's horrible and disgusting, right?
That's a big thing with
is that kind of the Antifa
secret groups.
What was that?
Bizarre. And this group, this new, they have demonic designs with horn hoodies for kids.
So it's just like black or like neutral clothing.
Yeah.
How is that like Antifa? How is that demonic?
Because it's Fox News. They have to say Antifa, or they have to say Antifa every 30 seconds, or else Rupert Murdoch will come and like take your check away. So, but I love that this is just like Christian theology. I mean, the implication here is Celine Dion is doing demonic stuff literally because Fox News told me so. Like, Christianity is being controlled by Rupert Murdoch. That's crazy.
So where does Celine Dion like get fucked up by God? Like,
we will see. Stay
okay,
tuned.
Stay tuned. All right.
This brand explained themselves in a CNN interview. Watch this.
Do you know what? You don't know what they're going to become later. And you don't want for them to have psychologiquement a problem of growth. And say, I'm supposed to be like that, I'm supposed to say that, I'm supposed to dress like this because I'm a guy, I'm a boy, I'm supposed to do... No.
It's very clear that Celine Dion advocates for a very demonic trend that we see going on in the world today, which is an attack on God's design. And not only that, it's an attack on children. And the Bible is very clear. When it comes to children, God is not messing around. If anyone causes one of these little ones, those who believe in me, to stumble, it would be better for them to have a large millstone hung around their neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea.
So she's saying Celine Dion should be like have a millstone hung around her neck and drown in the depths of the sea because she made black clothing for children.
Yeah. So like Celine Dion
This
supports kids making their own choices in how they express themselves and how they gender themselves. And for that, this is why I, just straight up mock Taylor Alesia. She is calling for Celine Dion's death.
because she made black clothing for children and thinks that like just because you're a girl doesn't mean you have to wear pink.
Yeah.
And I noticed Taylor Alesia herself was wearing pink.
Yeah.
In this video. I don't know if that was planned or not. But.
Yeah, no, I kind of think that like calling for someone's death, like wishing violence upon them in that way is like, she's Christian, so I'm not surprised that this is on YouTube, but I'm just thinking like if I did that, which I wouldn't, but if I did that, like that would be
mass reported.
Yeah, that would be like hate speech.
Well, the thing is she can hide behind like, oh, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that this is what it says in the Bible and God has the authority to drown her in the sea if he wants to.
Exactly.
But again, did something happen to Celine Dion?
You'll see.
Oh, okay. I'm just worried about Celine Dion here.
God is clearly not messing around when it comes to children, and many believe that her producing this commercial contributed to the decline in her health, because not too long after this commercial, Celine Dion was diagnosed with a rare disease. And look, I take zero joy out of watching Celine Dion suffer, whether she mocked God or not. I don't take any joy out of that. This is very heavy and heartbreaking to watch someone go through this type of pain.
Well, it kind of seems like she's taking a little bit of joy in it, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems like it a little bit. I mean, like, calling for violence against her and saying that it's justified because God said it, and then showing her suffering in a video where throughout other parts of it, she's also kind of like doing a little bit of a chuckle, like, haha, they got. Like, yeah, I mean, it's a little sus. I don't really believe you.
Taylor Alesia, this is not a good look.
No. And also the link between Celine Dion's whatever her disease is and this commercial, it's just assumed. I mean, I don't believe that these things even happened quickly as the title suggests. Someone had serious misfortune and they're just saying, well, it's obviously because of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it's also like, she doesn't even say what the disease is or like the severity of the disease. She says it's rare, I think. But I mean, maybe it was something that's like not going to impact her life in a big way. Like, I don't know what her disease is. And like people get diseases all the time. That's like something that's fundamental to nature. And so making the connection between she came out with a clothing line that had black clothing for kids and then like, oh, she got a disease. I'm not going to tell you what the disease is, but she got like a scary disease, and like connecting those as though that's God's judgment. I mean, what about Christians who like live their life for God and, you know, like live their life for God and they end up getting diseases? That happens all the time. What's the explanation for that?
Yeah. Don't worry. She gives even more explanation of this situation.
Many people have made the connection that the decline of her health is due to this commercial and due to her mocking God and playing with God. But do I think that God inflicted this pain on Celine? No, I honestly do not. But what I have come to know, pressing into the Bible and also just doing this walk with Jesus, is that if you are not walking with Jesus, you are not under the protection of Jesus. And this world does not play fair. The Prince of the Air does not play fair. And when you are not under the protection, the wing, the covering of Jesus, you can very much by your own free will hand yourself over to the enemy.
Wait, I'm trying to understand
Yeah.
the like calculations here.
Right.
So like God didn't do this to Celine, but also because she didn't have God's protection, it happened to her. Like, isn't that the same thing as God doing it because God didn't protect her?
Well, there's another factor that Taylor Alesia is saying that the devil is doing this to her. But what she said got her to the point where the devil is punishing her is serve the devil. So she served demons and the devil through like being okay with the fact that trans people exist, or people that, you know, saying that kids can like express themselves however they want. And in doing that, the devil punished, like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, wouldn't the devil then like reward her?
Right.
Be like, oh, you did my bidding. So now I'm going to give you all, well, I mean, Celine Dion already has a lot of worldly riches, but I'm going to give you even more worldly riches.
Yeah.
It never makes any sense.
No.
It never makes any sense.
No. So like this kind of content, like obviously we can see this kind of content, it's not particularly theologically rigorous. It's not very intellectually rigorous. This is not content for people who are looking for that sort of thing.
Well, and she also says like, oh, a lot of people are making a connection. I'm like,
Just random.
who? You and your other conspiracy theorist
Yeah.
people? Like, you are the ones that are making these connections?
Right.
Like, what?
Yeah, and just so I mean, instead of saying, as I often do off camera, that like, oh, this is so bottom of the barrel, like I think that it's more fair to just point out that internal logic in the video completely and totally breaks down.
Yeah.
Like she can't even make her own point. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, and I wonder too how much of this is her own thoughts or just like stuff she's seeing on like random like Christian websites that she's like, because I'm sure there's some sort of list out there on the, because I've seen Taylor Alesia do this before.
Yeah.
She's been caught doing this before where she's basically plagiarized entire websites for her content.
Yeah.
And like there's, you know, Christian websites that have like a list. I think the one she did was like a list of atheists.
Famous
or
last words of atheists where they like turn to God and show their regret.
Yeah. And she just like straight up plagiarized that entire list. And I'm like pretty sure that's what she's doing in this video too, where she just saw this on some random website. It was like, I'm going to copy it.
Yeah. I mean, unfortunately, you know, this is the type of Christian content that does the best. It's like saying God is a God of wrath. God wants to kill people and like everybody I don't like deserves death. And also like logic that does not logic.
Yeah.
This is what actually gets popular in Christian YouTube. Taylor just made some cookies, so to get through the second half of this, we're just gonna eat. We're just gonna eat our feelings.
Number 4, quickly covering Lady Gaga as she performed her blasphemous song Judas live at a concert, where she was hit over the head with the microphone stand. A lot of people found this to be a little tap from the Lord.
What? Because she... I can't because a microphone fell on her. A microphone fell on her head, and that's a message from the Lord. Like what?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, Taylor Alesia, you ever stub your toe really hard and it's just, you know, shoots pain all the way up through your whole leg? You ever think that that's God giving you a little tap? Probably not. You probably shouldn't either. I just love this because it's like Lady Gaga is an absolute and total icon, very successful, extremely generous when it comes to, I mean, on the scale of celebrities who, you know, blow up, get a bunch of money. Lady Gaga is one of the pretty good ones.
Yeah.
Like, she's generous with her money. She helped, like, as far as I know, she helped with a lot of, like, funding of support for people during COVID.
Yeah.
So that people didn't die. And, I mean, that, of course, doesn't matter because she has a song called Judas.
Well, and here's the other thing is that, like, if you think that Judas by Lady Gaga is blasphemous and God's going to exact his revenge on Lady Gaga, it's like, have you ever heard of black metal? Like, that entire genre is basically blaspheming God in a very, very, like, much more dramatic way. And, you know, obviously I'm sure that some bad things have happened. Well, actually, I know that some very bad things have happened to some of those black metal artists. But, like, there's a lot. And, like, not all of them have had these bad things happen to them. So, like,
I mean, even Lady Gaga hasn't actually had something big and severe happen to her. Like, she's still super successful.
yeah.
She's
Well,
doing-
that's the devil rewarding her.
Right, exactly.
Number 5, we have Heather McDonald, who is a very famous stand-up comedian. And this clip absolutely went viral. I'm sure so many of you guys have seen it before. Many Christians believe that God responded rather quickly to this comment. Watch this.
I don't mean to brag, I don't care, but I want you to know, double vaxxed, booster, flu shot, and I'm gonna be honest, I have the shingles shot too. Traveled, went to Mexico twice, did shows, meet and greets, never got, clearly, Jesus loves me the most. Seriously.
But you can say COVID on YouTube now.
So
like, come on.
nice, so nice.
Comedian Heather McDonald is out of a Valley hospital tonight after she collapsed over the weekend during a show at the Tempe Improv.
She spoke with Team 12's Colleen Sikora today about the frightening tumble. And Colleen, how is she doing?
She's doing better. Heather McDonald says she stayed at St. Joseph's Hospital over the weekend as they ran tests to figure out what happened here Saturday night at the Tempe Improv. She says they don't really know why she collapsed 3 minutes into her act.
Yeah, and the fact that they still don't know what happened up on that stage that led to this is also a really interesting factor to this situation.
What?
Yeah.
Because she got her vaccinations, that's proof that she's blaspheming God? What?
So, what I think is going on here is that clip went viral because she's talking about getting the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
And then she, like...
Collapses.
She collapses. And so a bunch of anti-vaxxers are like, see, I told you it's poison. But Taylor Alesia uses this because she says, clearly Jesus loves me the most. Haha. And Taylor Alesia focuses on that, not on the COVID thing.
Oh.
Obviously, this went big because of, you know, vaccine, people not liking vaccines. Like, that's what happened. But she uses this for this because she can.
Or it could be she believes that getting the vaccine is the mark of the beast.
Yeah, I guess that's a possibility.
That I would not be surprised at all if that's something she actually believes.
Yeah.
So she might think, oh, well, this comedian accepted the mark of the beast and like multiple times.
Yeah.
And like God is judging her for that.
Yeah. I mean, how many Christians pass away every day? Probably a lot.
Yeah,
probably
a lot.
You know what? Probably more Christians pass away every day than anyone else of any other religion.
I wonder why that is.
That's crazy. Like, and I could make a video saying that.
Yeah.
Which would be incredibly stupid because Christians are the most numerous people of faith on the planet. So, like, of course that happens and people die, and I'm not celebrating that.
Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, does she not realize that she is celebrating people's tragedy with this video? Does she not get that?
Yeah.
Because like that is what she's doing.
Well, I think it's like you said, she has plausible deniability because it's like, no, I'm not doing this. It's God who is ripping your face off like a lion mauling you.
But she would not accept that, though, if we were to do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then we're like, oh, it's not me that's saying it. It's Richard Dawkins.
Yeah.
Which I wouldn't be quoting Richard Dawkins to begin with. But like,
Right.
like she would not accept that,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I keep this part brief because it's the second channel and we can be more unserious here. But like a lot of people freaked out about certain people's reactions to you know who getting you know what.
You know who getting
okay, who is it? Charlie Kirk, you know what.
Oh, sorry.
And,
for some reason I was thinking Jeffrey Epstein.
And here's the thing is that the reaction to people saying I don't care has been so overwhelming that I know that if I actually say that, this video will get taken down from YouTube because that's what happens. At the very least, it will get like demonetized or brigaded or something like that because that's what happens. This was made 2 days exactly before that happened. And it's still up, almost 1 million views. And the comments are like, oh yeah, well, you know, they deserved it. And it's not me saying that, it's God. It's like it's kind of wild that the folks with a culture of calling for mass violence and celebrating violence then say like, oh, why aren't you being more sensitive to David Duke's successor when he got popped?
Yeah. Well, and also they're the same people that like cry persecution at every opportunity. And it's like, you guys can basically like call for violence and people's death online, even though it is kind of put in these vague terms, but like effectively that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
And no one cared. Well, I mean, people care, but like nothing is done about it.
Yeah.
And like, you know, you were saying that this almost has 1 million views, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like, what persecution are you talking about? Like, what?
Yeah.
Number 7, which is Lil Nas X, who is actually the reason why I was inclined to make this video today, because I have not seen this man in years. But we all are very much aware of the fact that his entire career has been built on blaspheming Jesus. He has mocked communion. He has featured himself traveling to hell and giving the devil a lap dance and basically just making fun of Jesus and the Bible. And honestly, this type of branding can only last so long. Building your entire brand on blaspheming Jesus, like, yeah, wow, okay, after the 3rd song, we get it. We get you hate Jesus. It kind of just got cheesy at some point, and honestly, I'm so glad because I don't know how much more of this I could take.
You don't have to listen to his music or watch his music videos. Like,
right.
Okay. I have so many thoughts. So the first one is, if she believes that his music videos are blasphemous and he's mocking Jesus, why is she showing them on screen?
Yeah.
And secondly, why, like, Taylor Alesia, why do you think that Lil Nas might be having kind of like these artful plays with religious imagery? Have you ever knocked it around the old noggin that possibly it's because he's been told many, many times that because he's gay, that he's demonic and that he's in league with Satan. And so he's just using that imagery in an artistic way to kind of like work through those emotions of being bullied and demonized. Like, how old is Taylor Alesia? Like, how is that not something you've considered?
I mean,
like,
you don't even have to come up with that on your own because Lil Nas has said that about his like blasphemous stuff. The whole point was to be like, you guys, like Christians, have essentially done genocide to queer people for so long, and now I'm going to play around with your symbols in your face. And like, yes, you can turn it off. Like, unfortunately, the persecution that Christians have done unto queer people could not just be turned off. You can't just turn a screen off and the persecution goes away. Like, took people's lives away. And now you're saying, oh, I don't know how much more I can take of something that you could just look away from. Someone expressing themselves in an art form.
Like, what do you mean? Like, you can't take much more of this? Like, you don't have to listen to it. You don't have to watch it. Like, you don't have to look at it. Meanwhile, like, for queer people, this is things that they're hearing from like their family members or their friends or their school or like
judges preventing them from actually getting health care or having rights, being able to get married. They can't
just ignore it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. And it's like, I feel like these types of Christians really don't understand art. It's like that they refuse to look at any piece of art or media from a lens other than like from a very literal interpretation.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It's sad to me to see that.
I mean, I think that regardless, whatever, the audience is doing with this, it's pretty clear that like Taylor Alesia and creators like her have the motivation, serious monetary incentive to interpret things in this way. Because if you make videos where you go, ooh, God's gonna get you, then everyone will pay you a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Like that's how it works, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And when he released his song, J. Christ, he kind of thought it would blow up like his other songs did, blaspheming Jesus, but it just didn't. And because of that, he basically disappeared from the scenes. Turns out he's not doing so good after what he did. He recently popped up on a lot of our For You pages just a few days ago, and he was seen walking the streets of Hollywood, severely strung out on drugs, wearing barely nothing. He ended up getting arrested, and quickly everyone discovered this was real and not a PR stunt.
Rapper Lil Nas X has pleaded not guilty to 4 felony charges after allegedly attacking police officers and resisting arrest while wandering mostly naked in Los Angeles last week.
It also appears that his label is tired of him and that he may have spent all of his money based on his living situation. He seems to be broken and alone and at rock bottom, which I think is a very good place to be. It's actually the place that led me to have nowhere else to look but up, to look up to Jesus. So let's pray that Lil Nas X is at the point where he has nowhere else to look but up and recognize this might just be the repercussions from his actions.
So she is celebrating his suffering.
Yeah.
She's saying, oh, well, this is a great place to be because this is where God meets you.
Yeah.
Even though that doesn't always happen for people. And like celebrities, especially ones that have a very meteoric rise, like Lil Nas did, tend to have some of these issues because they have a hard time dealing with like the fame or just coming into a lot of money very suddenly and just like having their every movement tracked.
Yeah.
And they tend to have these mental health struggles, which is very unfortunate. But this is something that happens to celebrities whether or not they like blaspheme against God.
Right.
So like, again, she's like connecting things where there's no connection there.
Yeah. I mean, these Christians will talk about, and Taylor Alesia talks about in a lot of videos, how evil Hollywood is. And I agree, like there's a lot of evil in Hollywood. People get used and abused. I mean, agents take like an insane amount of artists' work. I mean, Lil Nas had this big meteoric rise and he got, so much fame. And yes, while he probably got more money than the average person, the amount of money that you often get if you look into, people who have these big blow-ups in fame and popularity is a lot less than you would think. It's just barely life-changing. And he's also like 26 years old. I highly, highly doubt that he came into a kind of money and stability and like longevity in his career that would allow him to escape the usury of like predatory agents.
Yeah.
It's really, really common for something like this to happen, like you're saying, regardless of whether or not they blasphemed.
And I think that the type of Christians like Taylor Alesia is that they can identify problems. Like they can see a problem, but then they elevate it into a realm where it doesn't need to be. Like they attach it to some like supernatural explanation, and that makes it so there are no ways for us to actually address the problem at all. And in many cases, it actually like exacerbates the problem.
Right.
Because now making these videos where I'm sure Lil Nas is not ever going to watch her videos, but if he did, seeing a video where she's basically celebrating his suffering and saying that it's all his fault, when I'm sure, especially being queer and being an artist, he's probably been exploited quite a bit in his life and has a lot of trauma associated with that. Yeah, like if he were to see this video of hers, that would only make it so much worse for him. Like it would impact his mental health even more negatively. So it's like, yeah, you guys are seeing a problem that exists, but you're brushing past all of the reasonable explanations in favor of this like supernatural battle between good and evil because it's entertaining for you.
Yeah.
And it falls in line with what you already think, and you can turn it into content. Like, this is a much more interesting video than just being like, oh, it sucks that Hollywood is exploitative.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
So, I don't know. The whole thing is just really sad.
Clearly, Lil Nas needs care.
Yeah.
He needs rehab. He probably needs family support. He needs people who will accept and affirm the parts of him that are not broken in being gay and black.
Yeah.
And what Taylor Alesia proposes is that, well, he needs God to mess him up, make him miserable, so that he'll come crawling back and then submit completely. That's what he needs. And I think that that is a despicably cruel worldview.
Incredibly.
It's a wonder to me that so many people will think like this and then be like she said at the very beginning of the video, we do serve a God of love. What kind of love is that?
Yeah, it's not.
All right, thanks for watching, guys. We still don't have a sign off. I don't think. What do we say? I mean, Piggy is in it, so that's, enough of a sign off probably.
I would say you guys go bake some cookies so that you can feel better after watching this.
Go bake some cookies.
Should we do a wave?